One of the most important things that you have to do when you hire a virtual assistant, or any employee for that matter, is you have to give them proper training so that they can do their job correctly. And there are a lot of different ways to train people, but I'm going to share with you how we do training for our virtual assistants for different roles that we hire for. I'm going to walk you through a sample job that we train people for, just show you how I built it out, and then you can implement the same strategy, or you can do something different, completely up to you. But I can tell you I've tried a lot of different ways to train people. What I'm going to show you works really, really well. So the first thing is, for any role you hire for, my recommendation is start some sort of online, documents. Something like Google Documents is kind of what we use. And the reason behind that is because if I update a Google document, it automatically gets updated for everyone that will access it in the future, and for the people that have the link from the past. So, if it's a PDF or something like that, they have to actually remember to go download it. I don't like that. I want something that's always getting refreshed automatically. So that's the first thing. Create some sort of Google document and call it, the name of the role. Now, in that Google document, the way I structure it is, first there's just a little bit of an introduction, right? Just to kind of introduce what the role is about and what this guide will do. And then it has all of the links that they will need, right? So for example, I want them to join a specific WhatsApp group. I need them to know the login credentials, whatever, the timesheet, they can download it here. The scripts, all of these different links are going to be in one section. So that way, if they want to download something again in the future, they just open it up and they go to that section specifically. The next thing I like to put out is the key performance indicators. So in this role, what are the things that I'm going to be tracking to make sure that this person is actually successfully doing their job? And so for this role, which is lead generation, just as an example, this can apply to any role. They have to produce 1 lead a day. They have to call about 1,000 homeowners a day, and generate X amount of contacts and put in X amount of hours, right? So these are our key performance indicators. And then when we say, hey, we want a lead, this tells them exactly what a lead is. So that way they don't make a mistake of putting in bad leads. And so now that we're done with the key performance indicators, it gets straight into, the actual training. So the way I set up the training is I actually like to put it into bullet points. And these bullet point, training videos are divided up based on the subject. I don't like having training videos that are too long. Like personally, from what I've noticed, if the training video is too long, people lose attention and they, get distracted. So I like to have the training videos be about 5-10 minutes long at the most. And the way I set them up is I divide them based on the subject in small increments. So for example, virtual assistant work schedule, cold calling part 1, cold calling part 2, cold calling part 3, how to identify a lead when you're cold calling, contact cards, updating the name, the calendar, right? Every single one of these, bullet points is its own video about a specific thing that they need to learn. And all of these are connected to Loom. So what we do is, and you can, if you don't know how to use Google, you can basically learn just by Googling this. Let's say I want to create a new video. So let's call it new video number 1. And I want to attach a video link to it. You can click on insert link and then put whatever video link. This can be a YouTube video link that you put. This can be something that you record. For our training, I record all of the videos. So for example, if I click on the link that's attached on this little text right there, it will take us to Loom. Loom is the recording software that we use to record this video that you're watching. It's also the recording software that we use for our training. So anytime I want to record a new training module, we go and sign up for this program, again, called Loom. You can record different videos. They're going to be hosted online. You don't even have to upload. You don't have to do anything, because as soon as you record something, it automatically goes online. You can sign in, see the video, change the title, get the link, and then simply insert it into whatever, whatever the topic is on here. And so this is how we do it. And then after we finish out all the videos, so if I'm training someone on cold calling, they go through this document, they go through all of these videos, and then next thing they see is basically frequently asked questions, because a lot of times after they're done, they'll ask different questions that have already been asked many times before. And so, I put frequently asked questions. I also like to put a test sometimes, depending on the role. At the end of the videos, they have to take a test and pass. You can set it up with Google Forms or whatever. It's fairly simple, right? You can create a test and then, put the questions and the answers. And then after they take it, it automatically calculates that. If you're not sure how to set that up, again, you can Google all these things, Google Forms, how to film a video with Loom. All these things are fairly simple. But this is how I set up our training. And the nice thing about it is that if I want to specifically update one topic, like sometimes, let's say I want to update this video, whatever, right? I can simply go to that video, re-record it, put it on Loom, and then put the new link here, and I don't have to re-record the whole thing. If this was just one long video, I'd have to redo the whole thing, so I'm not a big fan of that. So anyway, this is how we do training. Highly recommend you follow this format. People learn way better by watching than they do by reading, and so when you record videos on Loom or any other platform, it's up to you. You're going to be able to teach people skills faster. And the other thing is, as you teach someone, a skill, if you end up needing to replace them for whatever reason, the next person can simply go back and watch these videos again, and you don't have to train them all over. Or sometimes, you decide to promote this first person to a different role, and then you want to hire another person for the original role. Again, they can just go through the videos. You don't have to have one-on-one training. So the minute you create this, it's basically set up forever unless you want to change up your procedures. And this has saved us literally, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours, because every time I have a new role, I create this document, film all the videos, and then we start hiring. So hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, let us know, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.